Okay, so group, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with our vocabulary words. We're going to refresh ourselves with them because they're the basic words when we read books, and it's just kind of good to always remember that we know them. So this one, can you tell me what this says? Go ahead. Genre. What does genre mean?
It means like sort of like the tone, like.
You're right. Hillary.
I have another way of saying it.
That's fine.
Style of how they write it.
Style of how you write it. Audrey?
Like if it's fantasy or like fiction or fiction.
And you guys, when we were inside and I talked about this with the group when we first filmed, you guys have a great visual in your classroom because it's on the board and it tells you all the different categories the books in your classroom are in genre, and they're labeled by a color, right? So if you ever get confused, you go, wait, what color is that? And you look up there, right? So that's a good one to know because when you guys get to choose a book and you think about there's something I really want to read, what genre do I want? Can we just like name some of them?
Modern day.
Modern day. What else?
Fantasy.
Fantasy. What? Classics.
Fairy tales.
Fairy tales. Animals Adventure. Kyla, what'd you say? Animals Adventure. Mystery. Wonderful. So that's good. So you guys remember that. How about this one? Plot. Who can tell me that? Go, Maya.
Like what the problem is, like if you're lost in the woods and you have to get back, that would be the plot.
The story, the storyline. Right. What else? Portia.
Or the plot can be something bad that happens and they have to find a solution.
Right. That's it. There's lots of pieces to a plot, and a plot can change, right? All right. What about this one? You guys can yell this one out.
Character.
Okay. What does that mean?
A character is like someone or people in a story that you talk about in the beginning, and then they go through the story, they go through the plot, and they figure out the setting. And they figure out the solution. Because if you don't have characters, you won't really have a story.
You can come with us, Sydney. We're just hanging out. So that brings us to this word. Setting. Sky, can you tell us what this one is? Who can help her out? Hillary.
The area that the characters and everything is in.
And Audrey, can you add to that?
The setting is where, like, in this one you're in, like, Nebraska. And it's like where it is, like if you're in the woods.
So a setting can be a lot of different places, right? Could a setting take place at a school like here?
Yeah.
Yes. Can a setting take place in a home?
Yes.
In another country?
Yes.
Yes. So settings vary, and that's one of the things you always want to figure out in your book too. What about this one, Maya?
The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures.
Exactly.
It's time to go in.
Is it time to go in? Okay. No, it's not time to go in. She's something. We're going to look at this. Okay, so let's take a look at our cover. I'm going to hold this up. This is the front cover.
Caroline, we might need to move because when they clean up, they wash them.
Okay, well, we'll do this first because we only have 2 more minutes to do. Can you read what the title is? And can you read the small print underneath?
Dangerous night of our lives.
The most dangerous night of our lives. Portia, can you read the back cover?
When a tornado watch is issued on Tuesday evening in June, 12-year-old Dan Hatch and his best friend Arthur don't think much of it. After all, tornado warnings are a way of life during the summer in Grand Island, Nebraska. But soon enough, the wind begins to howl and the lights and telephones stop working. The emergency siren starts to wail. Dan and his
Baby brother.
Dan and his baby brother and Arthur only have seconds to get to the basement before the monstrous Twister is on top of them.
Whatever.
Little do they know that even if they do survive the storm, their
It's right here.
ordeal will have
Just begun. So we looked at these words, so think about that. There's a couple things. Do you guys understand what a tornado siren is?
Yeah.
We don't have that kind of stuff around where we live, right? No. So that's one of the things we talked about was the difference of when you live in a place like Nebraska versus California, due to some things with weather, there's a different way of life. So what happens is you have to kind of picture this in your head. All of a sudden you're out here on this summer day and the sky grows really dark and then that siren goes off. How would you feel?
Scared.
Scared.
Frightened, yeah.
Do you guys understand? Exactly.
It could be dangerous.
That's right. It could be dangerous. Well, that's the whole thing, because look at the picture. What do you see in this picture of the front cover?
The swings are up, the papers are everywhere, the houses are kind of moving.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things we learned when we started to get into this book was that we looked in the front cover that the story is going to tell us that 450 homes, and how many businesses, Audrey? Do you remember?
117.
I think so, like 100 businesses were devastated in 7 tornadoes that happened on this day of this story. Can you even wrap your head around what that must be like?
7 tornadoes?
7 tornadoes in one day, first of all. And second of all, if you think, this is what we did. We did a little bit of math, and we said 450 houses. Let's just say 4 family members live in each house. How many people would that be? Do the math.
4 divided by 8.
4 times 450.
450. Wait, 800.
Close. Keep going.
900 plus 900.
9 plus 9 is
1,400.
1,800.
1,800.
Good job. So you think about that. That's about as many people that live in my neighborhood. That'd be every house in my entire neighborhood, from all the way back to all the way to the beginning.
Wow.
That's crazy. So this is what the reality of this story is that this many things happen in this story. And so this is what's great about reading a story like this in a different genre, is it gives us the ability to what? Experience a little bit of maybe what it's like in another place, right? Okay.